Episode 267 on Monday, the 23rd of December 2013, and 'twas the night before Christmas Eve, and all was still. And I am your host, Stephen Layton, and I wish to welcome you to the news. So let's do this. Bolivians everywhere. David Vilker has gone live. I do expect us to have the washed as an In My Mug in the future, but the naturals and the pulp naturals, I don't think we will. Loaises have gone live on the site. Tiny lots this year, and again, I'm not sure if they're going to make it. We also have the new crop cascaras on there too, which obviously won't make it onto In My Mug because they're cascaras, not coffee. But very exciting. And new barista tells are on the site. Here is a photo with me with barista tells. They are on the site. They are Mark IV. So every time we release these, they're a little bit different. Perfect for wiping out your portafilters, cleaning your steam wand. Perfect present for yourself for after Christmas. And so I showed you last year that every year we do a Christmas card, an animated bit of fun, and I showed you the first one. And this year we have gone way over the top, and we've released 5 of them. Part 4 went live on Friday, and nobody's had the chance yet to see them all together back to back. So that is what I'm going to do for you now.
On a cold, bleak, biting Christmas Eve, there was once a miserable miser of a man named Scrooge.
Please, good sir, may I have some of your oh-so-tasty coffee?
Bah, humbug. No!
As he retired his cold heart to his cold house, Scrooge had an unexpected spectre arrive. It was the ghost of his late business partner, Jacob Marley.
I'm in turbulent, torrid turmoil, Scrooge. You must change your ways, or suffer the same insufferable afterlife as me. 3 ghosts will visit you in turn as the clock strikes. Listen to them carefully, or face the consequences.
Marley vanished as quickly as he came, and Scrooge was left alone. Pondering the words of Marley, he settled and drifted to sleep. The clock strikes. The clock strikes Scrooge to life as he's engulfed in an eerie fog. What was once a cold, familiar room fills with a cold uncertainty.
What's going on, Marley?
It's the ghost of Christmas past, as Marley had warned Scrooge. No longer in his room, Scrooge is taken to his youth, where he sees his former self surrounded by friends and warmth.
I remember this.
The brash block of icy heart within Scrooge's chest begins to defrost at the sight of lost love. Missing his youth and all that goes with those careless days, a lone tear rolls along Scrooge's cheek.
No! Stop this now! I know what you're trying to do.
He closes his eyes, lashing out at a once familiar feeling, and that uncertain fog fills his being. Slowly, Scrooge realises he's back where he came, wondering what will be next. Just managing to settle, Scrooge awaits the next unwelcome visitor. Strike and strike, the clock disrupts the planned solitude of Christmas Eve for Scrooge. Something grabs his attention by the window. As he edges closer, Scrooge is lifted away by the ghost of Christmas present. Full of fright, as they fly fast, Scrooge is shown his miserable coffee-hoarding ways are dragging down the days of many.
If only Scrooge would send me my subscription.
A man at home, unable to kickstart his day, causes Scrooge to gasp.
I'm sorry, but Scrooge just won't give us any coffee.
A coffee shop closing and people turned away leads Scrooge to puff in disbelief.
But the coffee, how can it be? I only wanted
The ghost raises Scrooge high.
Don't! What are you doing? I'm going to fall!
The air rips past while falling closer and closer to the ground. Closing his eyes, Scrooge gets closer and closer until, finally, he opens his eyes. A warming heart back in the cold house.
Please, no more!
As the clock strikes.
Stop! I know what you're trying to tell me!
The room fills with deep, dank darkness. All but Scrooge remains as a shadowy, looming being dwarfs him in terror.
Leave me, please! Leave me alone!
A gravestone emerges from the darkness, grabbing Scrooge's attention.
No! I'm sorry!
A second gravestone raises.
No!
Swirls of darkness disorientate with deathly delusion and despair. Scrooge is shown what lonely future beholds, should his path not be changed.
I will honour Christmas in my heart and keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present and the future. The spirit of all 3 shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach.
As quickly as the darkness came, it was light. Scrooge has his eyes tightly closed, afraid of what might be. Scrooge awakens slowly, opening his tight eyes. The realisation it's Christmas morning fills his heart with a once familiar warmth.
I must head out and share. The good folk, they need their coffee.
And with Scrooge changing his ways, Tiny Tim had one last thing to add.
Life's too short for bad coffee.
And if you like that, if you go and watch them on the www.christmascarol.com, you will. There are some vouchers in there, particularly if you like Pacamara, yellow Pacamara. There is a very good offer in there. And that ends a slightly Christmassy, very informative and interesting news. Now I'm going to just choke. So, it is Christmas. There is no focus on. There is no silliness with Roland's daft facts and wheels of discovery and everything. It's a busy time. Everybody's got things to do. I want to keep this nice, short, and not yap on too much. So, yeah, we should really definitely get on with doing this week's coffee. So, this started 9 years ago. I came up with the idea of doing a Christmas filter blend and a Christmas espresso blend. We only ever do them as roasted beans. We never do them ground. We do them in special packs, although if you're an In My Mug subscriber, we've done them in the In My Mug packs because it's easier. And we limit it. So when it's gone, it's gone. We normally have very small amounts of the coffees that we put in there, and they're normally super expensive. It's a great opportunity for me to get very excited about doing different things with it. So this week's one is going to be the filter blend. Next week's one is going to be the espresso blend. Next week's one has been sent out early because obviously we're away and we're closed, so it should be with you over the Christmas, in between Christmas and New Year, I hope. But yeah, so the blend is 50% Rwandan Kinunu washed red bourbon. Now, I bought this especially for this blend. It gives it a lemon pithiness. It's very kind of zesty and bright and really light and lovely. And I just bought enough just for this blend. 30% of it is Carlos Arieta from Costa Rica, the washed Caturra. And I have wanted to blend with this coffee since the first time I tried it, but it is so rare, small and expensive. I couldn't really do it without a good reason. This seems like a damn good reason. So this will give the cup peaches, pineapples, summer fruits, very kind of, again, light and bright, and this is the things for filter that I kind of like, and I like the whole idea of fruit salad and lemons at Christmas. And then 20% of it is the El Salvador Santa Patronas Pacas, the washed coffee from Santa Ana. This gives it a sparkling kind of chocolate sweetness, and together they just kind of bring this lemony, bright, citrus, like, it takes me back to Christmases of old. I'm thinking like sugared lemons and kind of fruit and oranges in my stocking and all of those wonderful things. And I'm thinking of chocolate and as I've got a little bit older, I'm thinking of champagne and effervescence and brightness. And that's definitely what this one brings. So what I am going to do, actually before I do that, you may see I have some cards. Thank you for the presents and the cards and the lovely kindness. But this came to me from Simon Floyd Flibster, who is a really cool subscriber and every year seems to send me something lovely. He's a nice man. And I thought I should open it on the In My Mug. Oh God, don't drop it, Stephen, don't drop it. So every year it is something cool, and what have I got to have? Edward Monkton brings you this quirky mug and coaster to decorate your desk, brighten your kitchen, put some extra happiness into your day. Note, there are several designs to choose from, so pick wisely, and I'm sure that Flib will have picked wisely. And the sheep of destiny, he smiles because he sees your future, and oh how happy shall the future be. Simon, that is absolutely lovely. I also have a coaster with it as well. And this week's filter blend is definitely going in this mug. So you are the nicest, very kindest man. Thank you very much for the mug. I am touched and honoured, and you are very kind, so thank you. That's beautiful. Cheers, buddy. Aren't you nice? And after this, I'm going to bring you back. I'm going to whack you on pause, going to make tasty drinks, and I'm going to show you another present somebody else has sent me that has blown my mind. So, yeah, you lot are awesome. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. I'm going to dive straight into the espresso. So you may have wondered, why am I trying a filter blend as espresso? And the reason I'm trying it is because it's amazing. It actually works really, really well as an espresso. A lovely acidity. It's very in your face. But that lemony pithiness just comes running through. And as an espresso, I think it really works. I'm not so keen on it in milk, and that's why I haven't bothered with the milk. But it really is good as an espresso, and I think you should definitely try it as such. Don't be put off that it says it's a filter blend. So, into my lovely new mug. Thank you, Simon. This was my other present I received. So I'm going to show you a picture on the screen in a moment, but it has been edition Monopoly, and it has things like Gaz's Whippet races, the cabin, which is the place here. You've got Nicola's Cleaning Services, Lizzie's Realm, and there's all sorts of things like Slayers inside, and it's beautiful, and I'm so pleased with it. And let me show you the board. I like Christmas when I get nice things like this. I don't know if you can see that, but I hope you can. They're amazing. Really cool. So thank you to the Tentacle Boys who did this for me. They very kindly watch every week in my mug, and I know that they'll be watching this week. So thank you, boys. You've done a sterling job with that. It made me very happy. I do think it's, well, yeah, I have two lovely gifts. I'm spoiled. So let's dive into my new mug. So all the things that you get in the espresso, that zesty, zingy kind of lemony, is a little bit more calmer down in the brewed coffee, funnily enough. But it's still amazingly delicious. You get that lemon, you get a sweetness, and it's like a white sugar sweetness. And again, I go back to those little lemony sugared circle things that you eat. It really is like that. There is a pithiness to it. The borders almost on hoppiness. So like a little bit of that kind of hoppy kick to it. But a delicious brewed coffee, a delicious filter coffee, and I hope that you agree. Right, so we should go and do screen grab of the week, and this week's has been sent in by Rob Hadley. So Rob, you know the score. If you drop me an email in the week that this is active, you will win the t-shirt that money cannot buy. And thank you for the flurry of entries last week for all of the things. I do have a couple more now, which is great. But do remember, if you want to win the t-shirt that money cannot buy, you need to send me in a screen grab, a question for Dale, or a Vine of the week. But here we go, Rob. I don't think I should be grabbing those. That's very cool. So before I finish, I want to tell you about places you should follow Hasbeen. Facebook, facebook.com/hasbeencoffee. You will find the Hasbeen Coffee page where we put all of my mugs up, and I'm trying to do lots more on there, so please follow us there. Twitter, twitter.com/hasbeen. Instagram, we are on Instagram as well, which is, you should definitely go follow us on under the username Hasbeen. We're also on Medium. Medium is something new that I've started doing. I'm going to put a link somewhere on the screens. Medium is like a blogging platform for something in between a blog and Twitter, and I really like it. And of course Flickr and all the other places. So yeah, follow us in places. I'm going to wrap up. I would like to take this opportunity to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, a extremely good New Year. Thank you for your support over the past 12 months. Without you, I would not be able to do the best job in the world. And without you, my life would be very short because I would have bad coffee. Do remember, life is too short for bad coffee. Merry Christmas.